Church here, and welcome to the Game Grinder, and today we're doing an unboxing video, and hopefully the lighting is better this time. I've really been trying to get this on lockdown. My last video I think was way too bright, the video before that was too dark. Maybe this is just right, I don't know, we'll have to see how it looks when I put this together. But anyways, much like the title states, this is for the Diablo 4 Collector's Box, and yeah, this thing is a beast. Now, as I said, this is the Diablo 4 Collector's Box, not the Diablo 4 Collector's Edition. So what they did this time was they sold the game separate, and then they sold the Collector's Box separate. So it's not all in one, which, you know, I'm mixed on. I like having all my stuff contained. I guess this might make things a little bit easier for them so they don't have to brand each box and have like the ESRB logos kind of like ruining the cover and all that stuff. There's a bunch of people that are really upset about this. They're like, you don't even get the game. Well, I mean, price-wise, it's still, if you buy the game separate and this separate, add up that price, it's pretty much what you would pay for a collector's edition anyways. So I'm not upset, and I am a huge Diablo fan. I think most people who know me probably know that about me. In the background, I have a Blizzard, particularly a Diablo shrine. It is one of my all-time favorites, if not my favorite game series. I always have a hard time saying what's my favorite game or my favorite game series because there's a bunch. But this one is definitely a contender for number one. I absolutely love the Diablo series. I've played them since the original, all the way back on when it was originally just the PC version for Diablo 1. I wasn't collecting, so I didn't get the Diablo 2 Collector's Edition, and I still haven't got that because it's one of those things where I don't want to pay the price that it's valued at. I got the Diablo 3 Collector's Editions at launch, and now, yeah, Diablo 4 Collector's Box. So in case there's somebody who doesn't know what Diablo is, it is one of the most, iconic ARPGs there is. The series has been around for almost 30 years. Warcraft, along with Diablo, kind of made Blizzard as renowned as they are. I mean, of course, we later had StarCraft, World of Warcraft, Overwatch. Now, what's kind of funny is the version of Diablo 4 that I bought gave me, kind of like early access. Now, the official launch for the game was like June 5th, I think, which is the Tuesday. Well, the week prior on Thursday, I got to start the game early because I bought a bigger edition to get, the early. It wasn't early access, it was full release. So I've already been playing the game, and then this just arrived. I didn't think this was coming until like the end of June, so that was a pleasant surprise. And I got to give a hand to the company, whoever handled the shipping of these, because I actually received this yesterday. But as of 5 p.m. today, which is the following day, I just got the email saying, hey, it's shipped and it's on its way. So, but at least they sent the email, I guess. So anyways, Diablo 4 is the latest release in the Diablo series. In this one, you're chasing down Lilith, who is one of the creators of Sanctuary, which is where all the Diablo games have taken place. Mostly the Diablo that we all know and love, with some minor tweaks. This one borrows some elements for kind of like an MMO blend, although it's not an MMO in any ways. Don't let anybody tell you that it is. Sure, you can see other people running around in the world, but it's not an MMO. By definition, it is not an MMO. Massively multiplayer online game where this is, very small scale. At max, with the random people that are like in the world, there can only be I think 12 present at one time, even though you can only have a party up to 4. But I absolutely love this game, and the game pretty much launched without a hitch. Now, the full release, for everybody, there were some lag issues and a little bit of queuing, but pretty much this is one of the best launches, I should say, that Blizzard's ever had. And my friends and I went absolutely bonkers on this game, and by the 4th day we had already beaten the story campaign, although there's tons and tons of stuff to do in the end game, which I'm really looking forward to. Of course, I'm going to play some more classes, and I expect to get a good few hundred hours out of this game at minimum. So anyways, enough about Diablo 4. Let's check out the Diablo 4 Collector's Box. Now, first off, this box is larger than I thought it would be. It's actually pretty heavy. I weighed it just out of curiosity, and this weighs 15 pounds, which is really surprising considering this didn't really seem like it was coming with a whole lot of stuff, and a lot of people kind of scoffed at what it came with, but regardless, I still think it's cool stuff. Sure, I would have loved a statue or something along those lines, but nonetheless, I'm excited. So real quick, we'll check out the box here. On the cover, we have some doors that basically play a part in the game's story. I mean, you could kind of assume what's going on with these doors. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on in the box. You got basically the 4 on the sides, and on the back, it has like what this comes with. So let's go ahead and open this up. And oh, and one other thing too, it also opens like a door, which is kind of cool. But let's check out the contents. So I guess before we check out the contents, it's worth mentioning there is some cool design on the inside of these doors. I believe it's can't remember the name of the churches, but it's basically Anarius's and Lilith's cults of their followers. But the first item here is one of the art prints. Pretty cool display of demons and all kinds of hellspawn. I've always loved the Diablo art. They do a really good, like, I mean, nobody can deny that Blizzard doesn't like do awesome art. They're known for their like cinematics, and this is no exception. Really cool stuff. And then next up is another set of prints. This is our dual prints. We got Anarius and Lilith. Again, this art's really cool. I really enjoy Lilith's design. She's pretty wicked looking. And of course, the angels in the Diablo games are really cool too. And I guess it's worth mentioning too, these both of these art prints, the frames that they're in, they're actually like, they're pretty heavy duty, like cardboard, or they're good stock. Like there's no, like if I bent this, it would probably like break. So these actually are, you know, pretty hefty, so they're put together well. All right, and then next up is the art of Diablo 4. Nice hardbound art book, really cool cover there with Lilith. Just got some logoing on the back, and this is one hell of an art book. I mean, most art books that come with games would be like a third, maybe half this thickness. Like this is a beefy art book, and that is absolutely awesome because, again, like the art in the Diablo series is just so cool, and I'm really looking forward to flipping through this and kind of seeing a lot of that concept art and whatnot. And I will say this box is put together really well. I can't really, it's super awkward how this box is. But like so the art book sits here, has this like kind of like drawstring, so you can pull out this cover. And again, like this is like, these are heavy duty, man. They put this together well. And again, then just another part that looks like it could just kind of lifts out. And within this, we got, this is the I believe that's the Horadric logo, the Horadrim. That was the part, the people that Deckard Cain was part of, old scholars and whatnot. And this is a pin, and like they could have cheaped out and just put this on paper. Like a lot of pins that come in things just have that really, you know, thin, like kind of hard poster board or whatnot. But this is like thick, and you know, it has some nice. It's not just like your standard pin backings. Like I'm really impressed with all how this is all put together. All right, and then next up we have our Diablo 4 map, a cloth map, I should say. Might not look that large, but I'll tell you, this is a really big game, and it's really surprising how big it is and how many areas there are, because like for the main story, like there's actually like a significant chunk of areas that you don't even go to as part of the story. There's lots of side quests and little other events you can go to. They really did a number with this one, and this map itself is really cool. You know, it's not paper, it's not cheap cloth either. Like this is like heavy cloth, like almost like a tablecloth thickness, and then a lot of accent and details, stains, you know, kind of torn edges, blood splatters. Like this is how you do a cloth map. And then next item here is a Diablo 4 mouse pad. That's a small size mouse pad. It would have been cool if they would have done the gamer mats or the matte mouse pads, or the really big ones. So that's kind of surprising, because those are actually kind of becoming like the standard when it comes to like gaming mouse pads. But hey, no complaints. But even if I'm not going to use it, I think it's a pretty cool inclusion. And then, you know, another cool feature of this box here, let me see if I can do this. So kind of like a fold here, folds back, got some more designs here, and a neat thing that I wasn't expecting are these little petals that they just like loosely throw in there. If you play the game, you'll kind of know what the petals are about. They're kind of all throughout Diablo 4, but that's pretty cool. And then our last item is contained within another box, and this one is, they put a little cool designs on there. We got like a Lilith logo, the faction logos. We got Inarius on the back, Diablo 4 there on top. And we'll go ahead and open this up as well and check out the last bit of this collector's box. Alright, and our last thing here is kind of unusual, but turns out it's a little cooler than I thought. So, this comes with a candle and a candelabra. You know, very moody, very kind of fitting the atmosphere and the mood of Diablo, but it was kind of strange that they didn't do a, just a standard statue or something along those lines. But I will say the candle holder is very cool. We got Lilith on one side, very highly detailed, and then on the other side, Inarius, and a little drippy candle. But the thing I did not know, and that's my own fault, I basically saw it, I'm like, yes, shut up and take my money. I ordered it, didn't really need to read a whole lot, but I thought this was like a real candle, but it's actually an electronic candle, and it lights up, kind of has a little pulse and flicker to it, which actually makes this way cooler than I thought it was, because it's like, if they sent us a real candle, like, are people actually going to burn the candle? Like, there's no way in hell I would burn this candle if it was a real candle, because I didn't want to waste it, and once it's used, it's used. I guess you could probably get a replacement candle, but honestly, that makes this like way cooler. And I think the people that were trash talking this collector's box, I mean, everybody has their own taste, I guess, but I think this is actually really cool. Having it in hand and seeing the effort and the quality that went into this, like, it pretty much has most of your main things. There's not a soundtrack, so that, I guess that's missing, but pretty much all the other staples of a collector's edition in a really cool box with some really nice touches to it. And you know what? I'm absolutely thrilled to add this to my Diablo collection. I'm gonna have to shift some things around so I can actually have this on display and put some of these things out to look at, because I absolutely love the Diablo series. And I hope you do too. So of course, I would love to know your thoughts. Are you playing Diablo 4? If you are, how are you enjoying it so far? How does it stack up to the other entries, Diablo 3, Diablo 2? And what are your thoughts on this collector's box? On the box and the contents itself, and how they did this, where they did, a collector's box and not a collector's edition that included the game. And if anybody's potentially interested in playing Diablo 4 with me, I have a whole bunch of friends I play with. Just hit me up and maybe we can make that happen. Then as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you next time on the Game Grinder.